Let's talk about the 5 habits of highly motivated entrepreneurs.
Hi, I'm Ilean Harris, an entrepreneur and Cuban American. When I started as an entrepreneur, I had little resources, so I quickly learned how to work smart. I experienced lots of headaches and setbacks when I started, but today everything is different. I've got clients in over 20 countries, I've traveled the world, and I want to show you how to do the same. In this community, you will gain amazing training and inspiration to build a business of your dreams and a great lifestyle to go with it. Whether you're an entrepreneur with lots of ambition and experience or you have just started your entrepreneurial journey, you've come to the right place. Remember, you can have it all.
Being motivated isn't always easy. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to wear a lot of hats, and some of those hats might stress you out sometimes. Some people aren't excited about accounting, so when it comes time to that point in the year where you've got to look at your accounting, you're not gonna be that excited about your business. There's gonna be times where maybe you're facing a bit of criticism or a hater online or a very, very difficult customer service issue, and that can be extremely discouraging. When these things happen, I want you to know that, yeah, it's okay to be frustrated. Entrepreneurs are not machines. We are people, okay? And a lot of times we have to give ourselves that grace. So I do want to validate your feelings, but I don't want to leave it just there. I also want to give you some tools to help you overcome all of these stressors in the world, because it's not a matter of if it'll happen to you, it's a matter of when. So if you're a new entrepreneur, then the good news is you can start off with the tools from the beginning. And if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, then this is the time where you can draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, I'm gonna be excited about my goals no matter what. I'm not going to have these stressors in the world that control exactly when it is that I get to be happy, when it is that I get to be motivated. You know, for our cars, we pretty much know that when they're low on fuel, you go and get more fuel, right? It's pretty clear what it needs. You go to the gas station, you get exactly what the car needs, whether it's gas or diesel, etc. You're going to fuel it up. As an entrepreneur, it's not always that cut and dry. And sometimes we hear from others and we're like, yeah, I've heard that before. Maybe some of this you've heard it before, but I'm here to remind you what's easy to do is also easy not to do. And also these things work together. They give you extra fuel every time you do more than one rather than just sticking to one of them. And so I'm super excited for you to take notes and for you to start implementing these tips as soon as possible. The first one is to have clear goals. If you're running all over the place and you're wondering, why am I even doing this? What am I doing? You're just stressing out and you probably did fabulous that day, but because you didn't even know what you were running towards, you don't even know if you hit your goal, you would have surpassed your goal. And so you never quite have a reason to celebrate, to speed things up, to ask for help. You need that clarity. So you're not just running all over the place, hoping that one day it's going to work out. And so for instance, I am here right now in the Dominican Republic. This is where I am talking to you from. This is something that was a clear goal. We are here working on amazing projects. I didn't just show up to the airport and run to see what flight was leaving that day. There was some clarity, all right? The same thing needs to happen in your business. When you know what your goals are, then that goal can impact your activity. When you know what you should be working on, then you know what you should be spending your time on. This is extremely important because without that clarity, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many lives you impact, you're always going to feel all over the place. That imposter syndrome is going to have the door wide open to come right in and stress you out day after day. And so it's incredibly important for you to take this seriously. I've got another video all about goal setting to help you with your mindset. If you would find that helpful, check it out. I'll leave it below. But the idea here is very simple. You need that clarity because when you know exactly where you're headed, the GPS can help you. Anyone can help you, but if you don't know where you're headed, then you're always going to have that fog, that exhaustion. You're never going to feel quite confident walking away from the computer, and it's always going to hold you back. Another great way to have clear goals is to take the time and to keep yourself motivated. So do what you got to do, whether it's setting a new wallpaper on your phone or on your computer, set up a vision board, but stay on task. The next thing that you want to do is prioritize your time. And to prioritize your time, first you have to respect your time. This is incredibly important. When is it that you are working towards your goals? When is it that you are looking to achieve what you want to achieve? Don't just let things happen by chance, because that's pretty stressful. How many people are stressed out nowadays that they haven't won the lottery yet? That is up to chance, right? That is not something that you can control. You can control how much time you dedicate to your mindset, to your fitness, to your business, to following up with people, to taking action, to income-driven activities, and so much more. This is really important for you to prioritize your time. One of the things that I love to do is to think about the 80-20 rule. You're actually going to get 80% of the results in 20% of the time. So imagine if you could turn an 8-hour workday into 2 hours, hypothetically. What would you do that was the most urgent? What is the most important thing that you can do in that short period of time? That would make taking the rest of the day off just a no-brainer, because you already got done what matters. So if you had to cut out the fluff, what would matter? If you knew the power was going out in your house and you were only going to be on the Wi-Fi for this amount of time a day rather than just on your phone 24/7, who would you email? What would you write? What would you post so that you could get more done in less time, so that you would have time for a lot of other things, and so that you would continue to feel recharged for your goals? The next tip is to surround yourself with motivated individuals. I know there's a lot of conversation out in the world about nature versus nurture, but as an entrepreneur, your environment impacts you, whether you want it to or not. Are you surrounded by people that tell you, you got this, you can do it, you're going to do amazing, you're going to achieve anything? People that say, how can I help? Versus those who are saying, be more realistic, this is never going to happen, what are you doing? Not another business, another book, are you kidding me? When you surround yourself by people that energize you, that keep you excited, you're going to not only have a supportive group to help you stay accountable, but you're also going to be in a position where it's fun for you to stay motivated, where it is fun for you to move forward with your goals. And so a great way to stay around people is find Facebook groups with like-minded individuals on topics that you're passionate about. You don't even have to leave your house. You can be a part of a WhatsApp group, a Telegram group, a great Discord that discusses things that you're excited about. You can find a great thread even on Reddit and find people's insights and ideas that can help you see things from another perspective. Another great thing that you can do is get a coach. Work directly with someone that is obsessed with your success. When I've worked with my clients in over 20 countries, I have been able to help them have aha moments and breakthroughs because I wasn't jumping in to talk about things about my life or focusing on things on the news. It was intentional time dedicated to their goals, and then it's no surprise so many of them created so much active and passive residual income. And you can do the same. You know, if a flower isn't blooming, usually it's not because something is wrong with the flower, usually because it's something in the soil and the environment. So it's extremely important, if you're not blooming where you're planted, that you look around you and say, okay, I'm willing to grow. How can my surroundings match my goals? The next thing you want to do is take breaks and prioritize self-care. Self-care for me is not something that always came naturally. I had to be super intentional about it. I remember launching so many products at the same time that my dad was losing his battle to lung cancer. That was a tough time for me to even think about squeezing in self-care. But when that chapter in my life passed and I started a whole new chapter, I was looking at myself saying, whoa, you've been a smidge neglected. It's time for you. Because see, the truth is I don't just have a business, I'm also a business. Because from me flow ideas, flow opportunities for clients, flow strategies for others, flow a lot of effort. And so when you take care of yourself, know that you are taking care of other people. We can't give what we don't have. So some simple things that I have found to be a treat are to keep my workspace clean, to have a scented candle, to have products that I enjoy in the bathroom so that I can feel like my best self, to make sure that things are organized, that I have healthy snacks that help me feel my best. And each one of these things can be really amazing. When we put all of them together, these are not back-breaking, bank-breaking, stressful things that are going to completely ruin your entire budget. There are a lot of things that you can do, like going to bed a little bit earlier, maybe waking up a little bit earlier than you need to, listening to positive things, tuning into positive videos, unfollowing negative people online, muting people that perhaps are not sharing content that is serving or inspiring you. That is all self-care. deep breaths, a walk. We hear it all the time online, hot girl walks. That is because you're feeling like your best self. So prioritize that self-care, and you're going to start to see how not just that, but that in conjunction with everything else we're talking about is going to be so helpful for your success. My last tip for you here is to stay positive. Being positive isn't naive, it's leadership. If you cannot see solutions, then maybe you're not the right entrepreneur for the problem. Entrepreneurs are solution focused. They're not obsessed with the problem, they're obsessed with the solution. They respect the problem, they recognize it, but they are going to focus on those solutions. Staying positive isn't always easy, but one of the things that drives me to stay positive is gratitude. I'm not always thankful for my problems, but I've learned to be thankful in them. I'm thankful for the health I have while I'm facing problems. I'm thankful for life, for peace, for another opportunity, for the freedom to go after my dreams. The list goes on and on and on. If you can stay positive, you'll continue to motivate yourself and those around you. Staying positive is an attitude that can allow you to stay creative so you can continue to solve problems. Because if we cannot solve problems, then entrepreneurship is going to be a constant struggle. And so by staying positive, you're going to be open to thinking outside the box, to trying new things, and to continue to show up even if you think, oh my goodness, what am I doing this for? I remember when I baked for the very first time, honestly, flour, sugar, raw eggs mixed together, it kind of looks disgusting. It looks gross, but when you stay positive, when you trust the process, you stay consistent. You keep showing up. You don't just convince yourself, oh, what's the point? It's not worth it. You pick yourself up. You say, yes, I got this. This is going to go really well for me. And so what's going to happen? You're going to keep showing up. And because I kept showing up and I followed directions, even when it looked kind of gross and wonky, at the end, there was a beautiful cake on the other end of that recipe. And so you can do the same with your business goals. You can stay positive, keep showing up, even when the results look very stressful and you might feel embarrassed, imposter syndrome tries to kick in. You can say, enough of that. I'm here to succeed. I'm going to keep showing up, and you can focus on what really works. If this has been helpful for you, I've got 5 bonus tips that I'm sharing with you in my blog post below. You get all the tips that I just shared now, plus an additional 5 tips. So you want to go right to the blog right now and check them out, because the truth is, the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you grow, the more equipped you are to achieve your goals, because people need exactly what you have to offer. They don't need your perfection. They don't need you to continue justifying procrastination. They need you to show up and to show out. Because yes, you can have it all and you can have it now. We'll talk soon.